Hi you guys, I'm Emma and welcome to Prenatal Yoga in the first trimester. As a registered prenatal yoga teacher and a mama-to-be in her first trimester too, I can definitely tell you that these first 3 months are really taxing with the morning sickness and the exhaustion. There might not be much happening on the outside, but there's plenty going on the inside as you start to build all these organs and these building blocks for life for a little bub. So all of this internal activity can leave a mama quite exhausted. So during this time, it's really important to keep your yoga practice quite gentle and also an introspective one. During this time, you also have to be mindful that these first 3 months, especially at the very beginning, is the period where you're at most high risk for miscarriage. So you only want to be finding movement that supports the body during this time. So there are 5 important tips that I would like to talk you through before we actually move into our practice today to keep this a safe prenatal practice. The first one is coming onto your belly, and depending where you are in your first 3 months, whether you're quite big or whether your belly is a little smaller, sometimes laying on the belly for obvious reasons cannot be super comfortable. The second thing to be mindful of is closed twist. So this can be quite uncomfortable for the belly, but it also can compress the uterus. So anything where we're closing in on the belly with a twist is a no-no. Open twists are fine for this one. During this time, you also want to minimize back bends. They can stretch the muscles and the ligaments in the front of the body a little too much and can sometimes also encourage rectus diastasis, which is the drawing away of the abdominal muscles. And finally, with inversions, you want to be mindful that anytime you're coming into inverted posture, you're drawing blood away from the uterus. And of course, in your first trimester, if you're feeling dizzy and if you're feeling nauseous, this just isn't going to be feeling too good. So today we'll be coming into a really gentle, grounded practice, focusing on opening the hips, preparing for birth. If at any time anything does not feel right for you, please stop immediately and find a pose that does. Let's go ahead and start off in a comfortable seated position today, wherever you are. You can ground through the sit bones, start to soften through the knees. Feel the legs grow heavy. If it feels safe to do so, you can close down the eyes. And then let's start to find this correct posture of the spine here. Drawing the shoulders a little further back in space so that they start to directly stack above the hips. And then draw the base of the skull just a few centimeters back here. So keeping this supported stacked posture throughout this entire practice today. Start to feel the shoulders grow heavy, soften the skin of the face. And right here and now, there might be so much happening in the body, so much changing in the body, and it might feel all at once. So right here and now, just take a few deep breaths to drop into the body, to feel into the body. You can go ahead and place the right hand right into the belly here, left hand to the heart. Just feeling the flow of the breath and the beating of the heart. So we're not going to be moving through any fancy breath work today. We're going to be keeping it quite simple and just finding a rhythm of breath that works for you and that feels natural for you. Knowing that each breath you take is also a breath for baby now. A breath for both you and baby to feel a little more grounded, a little more centered, a little more nurtured. And if it feels okay to do so, you can gently start to invite a deeper inhale. So no forcing, no pushing anything here. And then with each inhale, can you imagine this air traveling in through the nose, the back of the throat, through the chest, and then filling up the belly surrounding baby. This beautiful warm breath of air. As you exhale, find a soft exhale out. And just continue here at your own pace. Good job. And on these last few breaths, let's also use these to set a personal intention for your practice today. Even though it's a short but very sweet practice, allow this to be an opportunity to invite a little more of something. A little more calm, a little more nurturing, a little more love, a little more acceptance, whatever it is you're needing. Good, and then let's take a full breath in here. Seal that personal intention right into the heart, right into the belly. Good, exhale, let it go. Release the hands by the sides or to the thighs. When you're ready, let's gently open the eyes. Wherever you are here, let's start with a few really gentle neck rolls. So releasing the neck, any direction is fine. You might keep these quite small within a range that feels safe for you, or some wider circles. Really finding that full range of motion here might feel really yummy. If you feel, or even if you hear a few creaks or cracks, generally fine as long as there is no pain. And be mindful of the shoulders here. They love to creep up and create tension. Can you soften them back down really gently? A simple shoulder roll like this is feeling absolutely amazing for me today, especially when I'm not finding as much movement throughout the day. So something as easeful as rolling out these joints, releasing the neck, just moving the spine, wiggling it side to side, and that's what this practice really is all about today. Finding movement in the most easeful, gentle way possible, supporting baby as much as we can. Good, inhale back to center. Let's take a few shoulder rolls here. As you inhale, draw the shoulders forwards and up. Exhale, back and down. Good, 2 more, inhale. Exhale, back and down. Inhale. Good, exhale, back and down. Here, let's start to create movement in the hips. So drawing circles here. Any direction is fine. Change direction as much as you like here. You can keep these super simple again. I usually love these really wide Sufi rolls here, or drunken seated cat cows as they're sometimes called. And right now I'm noticing coming all the way forwards isn't feeling super good. So I'm gonna take it back a little bit and ease into this. And choose a pace that works for you too. If really quick spirals is feeling good, maybe you drop into that, or maybe this really slow, mindful, interoceptive pace is where it's at for you today. And let's find our way into a few cat-cows here. So inhale, roll the shoulder heads back, draw the heart forwards. But keep this quite simple. You want to be focusing on this opening from the thoracic spine up, keeping the lower spine and lower belly quite neutral and protected here. Good, exhale, rounding through the spine, release the shoulders, release the heads. Inhale, gently opening into the chest, so not overdoing this back bend. You want to feel this opening in the chest, but not so much the belly here. Exhale, release, feel this into the shoulders. Be mindful that you're not compressing the belly here. So you'll know when you've gone, if you have gone a little too far, and then you can back it off a little. Good, exhale. Good, then let's take a deep breath in, reach the fingertips high here. Find length in the shoulders, the elbows, the wrists, the fingers. And as you exhale, let's take a side twist out over to the right side. Keep this gentle here. So left hand comes to right knee. Right hand, right fingertips softened behind you. Instead of really cranking into this pose, keep this easy. So gaze can stay checked towards the front or off to the side. Don't so much focus on turning it back just yet, or really spiraling just yet. Just starting to feel this opening in the chest. This is really what we're going for here. If you're feeling this in the lower belly, lower abdominals, or even the lower spine, that's absolutely not what we're focusing on. We're really focusing on this twist, thoracic spine upwards. Good, and then with each breath you can really start to ease into it. Each inhale, lengthen through that crown of the head, create a little more space. As you exhale, you might deepen from the middle of the spine upwards again. So really keeping the lower spine, lower belly quite neutral, always facing forwards, navel facing forwards. Good, inhale back to center, reach the fingertips high. Exhale out to the opposite side. So you're focused on this rotation in the shoulders once more. Find the breath, breathing right into the belly, allowing each breath to circulate around baby. I have definitely been stuck in this little bubble of not exercising the last few days when usually I'm running and I'm moving a lot, and morning sickness has me tied down a little bit at the moment, so this twist is feeling bloody amazing. Good, inhale back to center. Let's swap over feet, going to do exactly the same on the opposite side. Feel free to come a little deeper this time. With the neck this time, let's inhale, lengthen through the crown of the head. Exhale, walk the fingertips a little further away here. Exhale, drop that right ear to the right shoulder. Walk the fingertips a little further away. So still stretching into the neck, just taking it a little deeper this time. And then here you can start to draw some quarter circles if that feels good. Soften the shoulders down, relax the skin of the face. Good, inhale back to center. Exhale, drop that left ear to the left side. Find a few steady breaths, walk the fingertips away. Little quarter circles again. Good, inhale back to center. Let's find a few shoulder rolls here. So this movement isn't so much focused on stretching into the muscles, stretching into the ligaments. It's more about lubricating these joints and finding this really, really gentle movement. Good, and then here again, let's find this cat-cow. Inhale, roll the shoulder heads back. Exhale, draw them forwards. I'm just having a little play here with this movement. Finding that depth that works for you. And coming back into the body, this is what it's all about. Last breath. Good, start to find those circles once more. If you were clockwise the first time and you didn't change direction, this is a great opportunity to come in the opposite direction. Staying close to any and all sensations here. How's the body feeling? Anything that might not be feeling super great. Good, and let's find that chest opener again. Inhale, reach fingertips forwards. Exhale, let's twist it out to the left side first. Keep that belly button facing forwards. Find that opening in the shoulders here. Inhale, exhale. Good, inhale. Exhale. Last breath, inhale. Exhale. Inhale, reach those fingertips high, find length, stretch those intercostal muscles in the side body, and then exhale out to the right side. Ooh, really crisp, cool breeze here on the Gold Coast today. Inhale back to center. Let's make our way onto all fours. Spread the fingers wide here. Make our way onto all fours, spread the fingers wide here. And go ahead and stack the knees underneath the hips, shoulders over the wrists again, so we're stacked and supported. And let's just take a little shimmy, a little rock side to side. Notice how the weight of the belly here is feeling. And it's just so crazy how poses that we can sometimes become so accustomed to, especially if we've been practicing a while, they completely change within a few weeks and how they're feeling in the body. And maybe you're noticing that here. You can start to draw your circles again. Good. And then let's take the knees a little wider, go for an extended child's pose here. Bring the big toes to touch, reach the fingertips forwards. If you have a block or a book or anything handy nearby, you can rest the forehead on. Go ahead and do just that. Take the knees a little wider if you need a little more space for bub here. And you can rock it side to side, roll at the shoulders. Hopefully this weight of the forehead into the block is feeling quite yummy for the fascia in the face. And hopefully these hips are getting a yummy opening here too. Last 3 breaths. Good. Inhale, walk the hands back here, lift the chest. Let's go ahead and tuck those toes under. And then use the fingers to spread those last 2 toes, so really stretching into the plantar fascia of the feet. And then we're going for a little yogi toe squat here. You can start to shift the weight back into the heels if that's starting to stretch into the ankles a little more. And while we do that, let's take a little roll into the rest. So interlacing the fingers, drawing some figure 8s, and then the opposite way. You might notice one side just a little more coordinated than the other. Good, and then let's go to rest the backs of the hands to the thighs, stretching into the tops of the wrists, the forearms here. A couple more breaths. Swap the hands over, palms facing down, fingertips facing back towards you. You might not get the palms all the way down, it might just be the fingertips that are touching here. That's completely fine. What we're looking for is a gentle opening into the wrists. I have this weird swaying motion going on for my practice lately. And I think it has to do with not moving a lot throughout the day, so even in the gentle practice, in a gentle way, I want to move the body still. So this is where I'm at today. You might like this too. Good. Let's take a little shake of the wrists. Start to make your way onto the back for not child's pose, for Tadasana. Make yourself as comfortable as you can here. Grab a blanket, grab a jumper, and take a pillow underneath the backs of the knees if that feels good. I'm gonna go ahead and bring my feet into Baddha Konasana, or you might like just to extend the legs today. Choice is yours. If you like the option of Baddha Konasana, you bring the soles of the feet to connect, you soften the knees outwards, and for whatever reason it's not feeling super great today, go ahead and extend through the legs. Know this is always an option for you. And resting the hands wherever feels good. For me, it's right there with baby. Take these last few final moments, draw the shoulder blades down the back. Feel the skull melt into the earth, the body drop down. What a difference a few deep breaths and a few gentle stretches can make in the body and in the mind. And as you move throughout this journey of motherhood, make sure you stay close to these sensations of how it feels when you practice, how it feels when you find this mindful movement, when you take this time for yourself. Well, it's always available to come back to whenever you need. Finding one last full breath in and full breath out. Staying here as long as you like, as long as you need. When you're ready, you can gently start to awaken the body, introduce movement to the tips of the fingers, the tips of the toes. Rocking out to your favorite side, whatever's feeling good for you. Making your way to any comfortable seat. Drawing the hands to the heart. From my heart to yours, namaste. Thank you so much for joining me for pregnancy yoga in the first trimester. As a little exchanger of energy, I would so appreciate if you could share this video with a friend, give it a like, subscribe, or leave a little comment below. Wishing you the very, very best on this beautiful journey of motherhood to come.